Alright, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're going to be playing some equipment. This should be a lot of fun using some new cards because we've seen lots of new equipment. Hopefully they work out in this new build. And also up front, credit goes to Jim Davis because there's a couple of cards here I saw him playing that I kind of wanted to consider in my list. One of those actually being Deconstruction Hammer. What I like about it is that it's one of the few ways this deck can actually destroy artifacts and enchantments without actually having to get rid of any spaces that would otherwise be equipment. So we're going to have a copy of that. We do have some Erode, some Zac Fair, Freya Crescent, because we can make mana to let us play our equipment or activate equipment, obviously. We do have Lava Spur Boots to give stuff ward and a +1/+0 and haste. We also have Aldebert Steiner. This is the way we get some life back in the deck. Cloud to go find some of those equipment, like that Deconstruction Hammer. We do have Chainsaws, obviously, for removal and can pump up our creatures. Furion with let's just make copies of everything. We also have Samurai's Katana, so we could make a 2/2 that has haste, but also future things could potentially have haste. So we'll see. A couple of Assimilation Aegis, so we can remove creatures and turn our stuff into their stuff. Also, the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. This is probably going to be the backbone to the deck, right? Being able to reuse chainsaws, being able to get the katanas back with the 2/2, right? Because it comes in with a creature. There's going to be a few things we're going to be able to do with this. That should be pretty good. There is a Buster Sword that hopefully we get to play some stuff for free periodically. And we're going to play a copy of Iron Man Armor. So that way, if the board gets swept, we still have a big body we could attack with. And, you know, we could also put the other equipment on the Iron Man Armor. Because why not? A couple of copies of Mjolnir so that we can just remove things and get double damage. And one copy of Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. So if we play this late, we can look at our top 6, take an equipment, put it on the battlefield. Actually, any number of equipment, and then we can start attaching stuff to Gilgamesh, and we have enough things to give haste, so hopefully he could just come over for a lot of damage. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot going on with this deck, but it should be a lot of fun. And don't forget, if you're going to be hitting up any of these events over the next month, check out our friends at Tales of Adventure. They'll be there. You could bring your cards. They'll just give you cash for them. Way better than having to ship them through the mail. Or you can just check out their website, and then you can use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, and it'll save you 5% over there as well. But for now, let's go see if equipment is actually decent in the new meta. Okay, looks like we're going to keep this. I'm hoping this deck's decent, though, because remember how excited everybody got about Cloud? And it's like, oh, we can tutor all our equipments, and then, like, this ended up not being a thing. So I'm hoping things change. Alright, let's just... Ooh, Freya, maybe. No, I'm going to play Zac. Well, yeah, Zac Fair's a 1/2. That's fine. Let's put this on human. Freya's not bad, but I kind of know we're just going to play Cloud next turn. I don't really want to block with Freya. I'm willing to block Nick Fury with Zac Fair, though. Freya feels like she just has more value to us. Wow, we're going to shelter by Ghost that? Alright, fair enough. I mean, I don't hate that, really. If that's what they feel they need to do already, then cool. Alright, what's the best thing for us to get? An Assimilation Aegis? Because we have no other... Actually, I'll just take a Chainsaw. Because we might want to Chainsaw something and play Freya next turn. If not, then I don't know. Our hand's not super crazy right now. But also by taking Chainsaw, if we decide we need to try to get rid of Nick Fury on a future turn, it only costs us 4 mana instead of 5. And now there's Captain America. So, yeah. We may have to just target Captain America to try to remove a shield. Opponent, you're not going to attack here. I was going to say, don't even get crazy. Like, okay. We're going to use 3 mana one way or the other. It's just, what are we doing with it? We target Captain America. Maybe. Actually, let's just do this. Let's just play Aldebert. Play Freya. No attacks. Alright. Well, there's a flyer now that's going to be annoying. It's basically all ward all the time on the opponent's side. Got another shelter. Yep, looks like that's the case. Or do they have a defensive card? Or maybe the opponent doesn't know they get first strike with their cap. I don't know. But either way, let's try this out and see what's going on. I assume it's some protective spell for their creatures, or else they would have done something more aggressive, right? Now, we know this won't destroy Captain America, but it removes the shield and the ward on everything else, which is important. And then... Do we just equip Freya? I don't think we necessarily want to take damage. Oh, we need 3 to equip that. My bad. I thought it was 2 for some reason. All right, well, we won't be doing anything. I should have taken the 2. What can we do here, though? Like, we could cloud for a Buster Sword and try to attack with the flyer. I mean, that could be worth some value. Yep. You got it. Or we play the other cloud, go search for the equipment, and then we remove a shelter by ghost. So that's a thing. It's an option. All right, so Mjolnir. Actually, Mjolnir would deal 2 to everything and we get creatures back? You know what? I don't hate that. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to play, because I'm going to lose it. But they were afraid enough of it that I think I'm willing to play it here. All right. And then no attacks. Let's see what they're willing to do. They have something. I don't know what this other something is, and it's bugging me. I mean, if it's another shelter, fine. Cap, sure. That's fine. Keep your new cap. Your stuff has ward. Yeah, this will work out. I mean, we go to 6, but we get some stuff back. It'll be fine. Oh, actually go to 7. My bad. All right. I might as well attempt to attack. Actually, no, I don't even want them to block, because they might have another Nick Fury in hand. So they might be tempted to block, and then we don't actually get our Zach Fair back. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in there. Seems good to me. All right. Cool. That works. Origins of Spider-Man. You got it. Another Mjolnir, huh? Is that where we're headed? All right, here's what we're going to do then. Let's move a counter over to Albert. Or Aldebert, I should say. Proper name. And then we're going to go ahead and... yeah, let's just get rid of both their bodies. Because this works, we're attacking for 4 and gaining life back, and then we have hasty creatures, so sure. Get more triggers on the chainsaw. They don't get anywhere to put counters next turn, which is great. Oh, do they flash something in? Alright, sure. Exile a tapped creature, you got it. Of all the cards they could have there, okay. That's one of those, like, what you gonna do kind of scenarios. The plan sounded good on paper. Apparently it wasn't. I'm not sure how good Origins of Avengers is. I've experimented with it in a couple of lists, and I have not been super happy with it so far. But there's probably a world where it's really, really good. Get to put a hero into play. Sure, you got it. Do we... I think we just assimilation ages here, right? Because this has what? Ward 2? Yeah, that's fine. Might as well just keep them off creatures. Target this. Yes, we'll pay the ward. Wait. No, I didn't. I thought I paid. Oh, does the other one automatically happen? I thought I paid the ward on the first one. Oh, I did. That's weird. I thought I only got the copy. Oh, you just get the copy. For some reason, I thought you had to pay for the copy. I was so confused there for a second. I was like, no, I definitely paid for the ward. But that makes sense. That also makes this situation even better because we get a free 2/2 that's going to be left behind even when the equipment goes away. Which is great. So let's do that. Attack with all of our fancy samurais. I mean, we're doing the thing. I mean, we can't complain. Oh, you know what? I should have turned my 1/1 into a 2/2. That was silly. All right, let's at least do that. Get some extra value out of this. All right, go attacking. All right, opponent did 2. In the turn. Did we survive double cap with all the insanity? Nope, it's sheltered by ghost incoming. Oh, ethereal armor. Oh, that's not nearly as scary. Now a shelter? Nope. All right, then we're all good, I guess. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I necessarily chose the best. I think there was other things we could have gotten. But man, surviving double shelter, double cap, I feel pretty good about that one. All right, we'll try it. We don't really have a 2-mana thing, but we could technically, if Freya lives, play an equipment on 2. I don't see that being very likely. But, you know, stranger things have happened. Oh, I was thinking that might be a duress. They could destroy Freya and then steal a Freya. I don't know if they could do anything with the mana, but they would have one. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's an attacker if nothing else. Sure, you got one. Enter tapped. We'll just play this other Freya. I'm assuming their deck has a bunch. If you're playing stab, you're playing a bunch of removal, right? Unless you're just on a super budget situation. Hey, more stabs for you, I guess. Why not? Feel free to play it. Yeah, Freya's legendary, my friend. And then they didn't even keep the untapped one. That's crazy. All right, Buster Sword, Buster Sword. Are we doing anything with the Buster Sword? I'm just trying to think. There's no world where we're going to play. I guess we could play Cloud and... yeah, all right. I don't think that's what we're doing, though. We're going to go here. And then the idea is that we could block a Tiny Bones, and then maybe there's a world where Jane Foster actually gets to attack, and then we make extra bodies with the Samurai's katanas. Doubt it, but it's a thing that could happen. They're using a lot of removal, so you never know. All right, Sunbillow. Play Cloud. Go get Chainsaw. Play Chainsaw. All right. I mean, how much more removal are you playing, opponent? All right, there's Corpse of the Loss. I think I'm blocking. We're kind of done with Cloud. Did what it needed to do. Let's... What if we... I kind of want to go Furion here. But yeah, I mean, if you have more removal, you have more removal. So be it. I mean, if you just drew infinite removal and only 3 actual cards, then like, I guess. Like, you got there. You win. Sometimes you just tip the hat and say, if you did the thing, you did the thing. All right. Looks like we have exhausted their removal. Attacking. I'm going to blink the chainsaw so we can get rid of a Death Baron. And we're going to get cards. This is where Jane Foster just shows off. Then we draw a card and we get to play something for free. Alright, cool. Opponent says that's enough value. Yeah, that's what we were really about to get cooking, right? Because then you play Furion, the next turn we get katanas and whatever. So actually, this was a skeleton deck, is what it was. And they were just using stabs for cheap removal to probably stay on schedule. Very interesting. I guess they just drew the removal heavy part of the deck, so we didn't really notice for a minute. We'll try to keep this and see what happens. Obviously, without a third land, we're going to be pretty disappointed, but what are we going to do? I don't even know what I want in this matchup, realistically. I mean, I guess stuff that just gets rid of their tokens is fine, but... I mean... Alright, we at least found another land, and we don't have to take damage for it, which is good. There's probably a world where we're okay eroding a token, even. Yep, Storm Chaser's talent, you got it. Flow state, yep, sounds good. Though, if we could find a cloud and then be able to cloud into a road, that wouldn't be terrible. That is not that. So that's disappointing. Ugh, do we even have a real play here? I'm assuming they have another bounce spell or something, so we're going to be in trouble. Actually, realistically, what we needed there was actually a chainsaw. That would have been the best thing. Yeah, Flow State's just going to go looking for bounce spells, I think. Or to bounce their talent, replay the talent, you know. Yeah, that's what I assumed was coming. Which means here, I think we're just double blocking one of the otters and then just taking 4, losing Furion, and then going from there. I think is fine. Oh, they didn't get rid of Furion. Really? Oh, well, that's something. Huh. I was pretty sure we were going to be left with just a Furion on this turn, but or with a 1/2 with Zakfair, but that didn't happen. You know, Milner's pretty nice in this matchup, realistically, but I think we just can take a chainsaw here. And then we get rid of you, and we get rid of you. I mean, since they didn't get rid of the Furion, no, it's like, well, why not, right? Seems as good as anything. Go attacking. Is this one when it enters or when you cast it? Yeah, when it enters. Yeah, I have no idea why they didn't get rid of Furion. Maybe because this doesn't even give stuff hexproof. It just gives stuff indestructible, right? Yeah. All right. Well, you know, stranger things have happened. Let's try to play a katana, see if it gets countered. Probably just going to be something that taps our creatures. No, it's a 3 steps ahead. All right. That's fair, I guess. Probably still going to come down and see a big 5/5. Because that would make sense. Yep. Again, don't expect anything else there, so it makes sense. Yep. And I will assume they have at least a counter. Well, there's an op. They're probably going to find one. So what's the best we could do? Play... Mighty Thor would let us block. But that doesn't particularly help us. Yeah, I guess that's all we can do. I'm assuming they have a counter. Alright. Or a bounce spell. Works just the same, I suppose. Or another crab, because that's also viable. Alright, cool. Eesh. Yeah, sure. We got a Jane Foster, though, early, so that's kind of nice. Zach Fair. A duder after my own heart. Well, not sure what the opponent's up to, but we're just going to go ahead and get a chainsaw. Since we're already holding an Assimilation Aegis. This is also where it gets weird too, right? Where the opponent knows we have a chainsaw, so they don't want to play anything they can kill without protecting it with Zach Fair and blah, blah, blah. Becomes a whole thing. Yep. Halaya just get a point. You're not going to get a card, though. Would I be willing to trade? Yes. Yes, I would. Yeah, feel free. Let's go with... I think we are just going to play a Jane Foster here. Like, let's see what removal you got. Because if their plan is just play Halaya, they know we're already holding the chainsaw. Antiquities on the loose. Interesting. Did not see that coming. Don't think it matters, but didn't see it coming. This is great. So we go put this on human. We tap this for white. Playing Zach Fair. Draw a card, getting rid of a 2/2. Attack with the Jane Foster. Targeting a chainsaw. Getting rid of the other 2/2. Yeah, if Jane Foster gets working, man, things get crazy. So now if there's like a Day of Judgment or something, Zach Fair still got her back. Sure. You have some duders. Can I find an untapped land here? I cannot. That would have been real nice, because then we could have just Mjolnir, boom, draw a card. But I think this is still fine. Actually, I'm going to play a samurai. Draw a card. That's kind of nice. Don't think we need it, though. Go attacking with these 2 3/3s. Blink the chainsaw. Now, our chainsaw is not ever going to grow more than a counter or 2 this way, but it does keep things moving. All right. Opponent gonna like blink their 6/6 or something? Probably are. If so, we will likely then just fire off Mjolnir to deal the damage. Oh, more 2/2s on the ground. Sure. Yep, you got it. Assimilation Aegis. What do we want to do? I mean, we just cloud for something. I'm not even sure what something is at this point. Just mostly going to do a thing to do a thing, really. Maybe we just chainsaw again. It's probably the right answer. And then they just don't have any good blocks. All right. Chainsaw is triggering. Oh, Iron Man armor. Sweet. Go attacking. Blink the new one. And then I'll get rid of the 2/1 flyer because that stops the non-trampling damage. So if they block, they'll still take a point with their other dude. All right, they're not even going to bother. And we're going to play a tapped land and say go. Day of Judgment. We will save our Jane Foster. Yep, and that's going to do it. Oh. You know what? Let's try it anyway. Not sure how this is going to go. Feels like a bit of a gambly hand, but we're here for it. Okay, that could be helpful. Play Cloud. Go get... we might need to get a Samurai, because we don't even have any other equipment or anything right now. Alright. Don't love it, but it's just like, if something happens to Cloud, at least we could do something next turn. Yeah, I assume there would be something. It was going to be really weird if that survived. Alright, get in there. Maybe we're out of removal? I mean, it feels like wishful thinking. Iron Shield Elf. Yeah, that's a thing. So they're just wanting to discard, I'm assuming, to reanimate stuff, is the plan. So I can make them spin cards, but they're just going to do that anyway. And just trampling doesn't do enough. Alright, I'm just going to pay 2. Play the Buster Sword. Leave up a road. And just see what happens. Maybe we can make a creature big enough to punch through. I don't know. This feels like a matchup that's not going to go well for us. What are we discarding? Well, you got a Dragonhawk. That's going to be a lot of damage. I'm assuming they have the reanimation stuff. So now the question is... do we? I think we just leave up double a road, actually. I was going to try to get the Iron Shield Elf out of the way this turn, but I don't think it matters. I think we just leave up double a road and hope they don't have like a... I don't know, Requiting Hex to get rid of our creature. Okay. We're just trying. I mean, like, don't know what else to do. Go attacking. That's 6. Is there a world where we're like, the card we draw is Gilgamesh? That would be awesome. Oh, no. No. Oh, you know what? I needed to hit them for more damage. I just realized what happened. They're actually going to, oops. They're going to play Fix What's Broken. Yep. Yep. That's tough. I mean, it doesn't do anything. But yeah, that's the trick. I only could have got one more point in, though. And their target is 5. So I don't think it makes a difference. So we just die, right? 5, 10, 15. Oh, I guess not. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, because then they get to attack for 3. Yeah, we are. We're just dead. Assuming they have Fix What's Broken in hand already. If they don't, I don't know what we lose to here. I mean, that has to be it, right? And then you just pay the life? Or does Fixer's Broken cost 5? Oh, then I guess we win? Nope, because it's still only 7. Oh, no, we could give double damage, though. All right, so they draw and discard 2. So they're at 12. Yeah, I think we're okay. Wow, that was weird. I think they could have went sideways very easily. This is just to make them tap their creature. Like, we don't really care that the creature's not dying. Man, they were going all in. There's a Twin Flame Tyrant. Woo! Opponent was cooking. I guess it doesn't matter, right? We'll just do it anyway. They'll probably just concede here. They can see the writing on the wall, right? Oh, they didn't even want to discard any more cards. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, this is tough. We have Gilgamesh, but let's keep it. We're going first. I figure we're going to go ahead and play Assimilation Aegis, I think, on turn 2 to get rid of something. I mean, we could Buster Sword, but I have a feeling we're going to have creatures we want to remove. Yep, speaking of, there's one. Oh, this has to be untapped. But we do get to attack for 3. Aldebert Steiner. What else you got for me? Oh, I get lost. That's unfortunate. Oh, can't even cast that yet. That's a thing. Let's see if we can find another... Whoa! Cancel that. Let's see if we can find another white land. I don't think we want that. Since we're already just holding Assimilation Aegis. Okay, we found the land, but it was a little bit late. But now we find another untapped land. We can have a pretty big turn next turn. When this deals combat damage, draw a card, then you can cast a spell from your hand with that mana. Okay, cool. Shelter. So now we need the untapped land, right? So that we can shelter. Or we cloud. Maybe we just samurai. I don't know what we're doing. Maybe we cloud. Here's what we're going to do. And then let's get a Lava Spur Boots. Put the boots on cloud. And then, yeah, I'll attack. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to save the block there, but, you know. Oh, especially if they have Taiga. Yep. That was a mistake. Should have just saved the block. This also kind of works. No, because I need one to equip first. Boo. All right. Sure. No attacks. Let's see what those last couple of cards are. Another shelter? Sure. You got it. Probably get rid of the token because the token doesn't come back. Yeah, I was going to say, they almost got rid of the equipment. We would not have been too upset about that, let me tell you. Under the circumstances, I would just get rid of you, right? That just makes the most sense. And then we just need an untapped land. There we go. That's all we were waiting on. Uh-oh, they have something they can play. That's not good. Okay, well, it wasn't the protective spell we thought it might be. All right, so we might get a free Gilgamesh. If we're lucky. No blocks. All right. We go sword. Try Freya. Is that another get loss? It wasn't. All right. We draw. Oh, less than or equal to the damage dealt. Yeah, okay. No free Gilgamesh. Still not terrible, though. Let's go ahead and equip this to Zach Fair. All right. This is a weird one because we're not in it, but we're not out of it either. We're just kind of here. So the question, well, we have to block, right? Because we have to leave ourselves enough life that we could survive some amount of trample damage, potentially. Oh. Well, what do you do? That's interesting. Oh, no, but you have to attack, right? Yeah. All right, well, we're just going to do what we can do. Hopefully we find enough equipment to do something. Only a chainsaw. Dang it. I mean, it's not terrible, but we definitely were hoping for more than just a chainsaw. I mean, might as well. Like, what else are we going to do? Yeah. No attacks. If we can survive the turn, we could Jane Foster with a lava spur boots on it, and that would be something. I mean, yeah, we're just going to attempt to block and trade because that's all we got. They probably have another Taiga, though, I'd imagine. Yep. Which is why I was not surprised. Okay, good deal. Now we've turned things around. Let's get rid of Taiga. All right, cool. Opponent sees it. Woo, good stuff. Yeah, that Gilgamesh turn was a little disappointing, but the fact that we at least found one of the removal equipment made a big difference. But here now, we're going to get a card. We would get to haste up, attack, get rid of the Vanguard, and then the opponent's just never going to punch through for damage after that. And we can, if we really needed to, we can make extra bodies with the Samurai. So we were in good shape. I think if you wanted to, it wouldn't be unreal to replace the Gilgamesh and the Iron Man with 2 Chandra. The 4-mana Chandra, right? This one. Because, one, on your turn, you choose up to 1 target vehicle you control, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that you could sacrifice an artifact, which sometimes we have equipment that's not doing anything late and get to draw a card, that would be good. Or just discard a card that, you know, if we drew a duplicate legend or something. But also giving us creatures we can attack with after a sweeper, which is also very nice. And whenever an artifact you control enters, you deal 3 damage, right? So we could just play Chandra, draw a card, then we're just going to start dealing damage with all of our equipment. So if you wanted to take a chance on that, instead of playing Iron Man armor and Gilgamesh, I think you could play 2 Chandras. As a matter of fact, that might even be better because you're talking about a card that's cheaper to cast than Gilgamesh and probably doesn't have the, requirement, in quotes, of having a bunch of equipment on the battlefield for Iron Man to work. So could be reasonable. That's the only real change I would probably recommend to this list. And that would largely be if you think you're seeing a lot of controlling type decks, right? Because the games are going to go longer, getting the extra cards, maybe getting to the emblem and getting the extra damage. Those things could all matter a lot in those scenarios. Whereas if you're playing against more aggressive stuff, you're not going to want the Chandra. So whatever you think you're going to see, use that to make your decision. But overall, best card in the deck by far is Jane Foster, right? Just being able to make more creatures from the katanas, being able to hit multiple things with the chainsaw, like that just really just kept things moving and just doing so much extra damage. So love that, and getting the extra cards off of it was sweet. So yeah, we did get to see all the other cards in place. That was pretty cool. Love that. Lots of fun stuff with this list. So yeah, if you're looking for a way to play equipment, this might be it. It's just kind of surprising that the best card we've gotten for equipment in a while is actually a blue card. But this list will be up over on Moxfield, so y'all can mess around with it, figure out what you want to do to the list. But that's all I have you for now. We'll see you next time.